Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're live again. It seems like forever since I was doing a live stream, but we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are triple streaming again. Now, I do apologize, guys. Look, the TikTok algorithm, I get banned all the time, guys, okay? I do. I get banned all the time. So we are triple streaming today again. We're streaming on TikTok, we're streaming on YouTube, and we are streaming on X. Yeah, all simultaneously. We're going to be talking about the rising tensions in the United Kingdom, the state of absolute carnage that we really are heading towards these states of carnage right now in the United Kingdom. We've also got the war in Ukraine. Guys, look, I've done a few videos on this, and I've said in those previous videos, I think this Friday, so this Friday coming now, look, guys, you know when people lie to you, when people are lying and they don't know what they're talking about, they have a big window. So they will say, oh, it might happen sometime in 2029, or it might happen in sometime in 2027 or something. I'm telling you guys, because I'm relatively confident that the Ukraine front is going to come back into everybody's. If you live in the United Kingdom, especially, the Ukraine front is going to come back into everybody's. It's going to be back on the media, basically, guys. And I think this is going to happen Friday. There are a lot of data points pointing towards it, which brings in, potentially conscription, potentially military, compulsory military service, all those sorts of things that people are worried about. We're going to be talking about that. Also, guys, look, the situation in the United Kingdom right now, it's going from bad to worse, and nobody can deny it now. We have got people, the duty joke, and I kind of said this at the beginning, but the duty joke now, the international duty joke is the United Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. That is the international duty joke. My international friends, they're literally all laughing about the United Kingdom, about how bad things are. Even my international friends are saying, Sean, I just saw one of Keir Starmer's posts. Is he gaslighting you? And at the moment, guys, things are so bad in the United Kingdom, I genuinely don't know what's happening. But listen, guys, I guess we're on now. We are triple streaming. We're on TikTok, we are on YouTube, and we are on X. Guys, listen, if you can show your support on all three platforms, you guys have seen how many videos I get banned on TikTok. I may even get a video banned this week on today. This video may even get banned on TikTok. The reason for my ban on TikTok, I'll just quickly go over it. So with the TikTok algorithm, if you say on the TikTok algorithm, I'll tell you what I said, but I'm going to have to kind of use code because obviously I can't say what I said. So when my live streams go blank, is on TikTok, it's usually because I've been banned. Now, what I said on TikTok was, let me just give you the background to this before I go on, all right? I've trained literally, guys, I've done training courses for thousands of different soldiers all over the world, okay? And I gave at the highest level as well. I don't just mean like some police force somewhere in a country that's constitution's written in pencil. I mean at the highest level. And one of the things that I feel I have the ability to do is cast my opinion on that. Okay, so I gave my opinion on a certain country, guys, and then that's all I did. And I was banned on the TikTok algorithm for that. And again, when I'm talking about this, I don't say, when I'm talking about these things, I don't really have a humble opinion on that. I know exactly what the problems are. I can identify them. And in my career, guys, I've been paid a lot of money to do that. So that's what I got banned for doing, guys. All right. So please show your support on all platforms. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah, thank you for your subscription. Sarah, thank you, Sarah. Sarah369, thank you for your subscription. I really do appreciate it. And all you subscribers, guys, thank you so much. Right, where are we going to start, ladies and gentlemen? Where are we going to start? Right, let's go for the first one, guys. All right, if you live in the United Kingdom, guess what? Taxi tax is coming to tax. So this is an article from Sky News, all right? Chancellor warned Substantial tax rises needed as she faces impossible trilemma. I don't even know what a trilemma is, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're English, if you are an English gentleman or an English lady, it's your birthright. You can make up words. You can make up words. When I work in other countries, I always make up words, and I just say, look, I'm English. If I say it's a word, it's a word. It's my birthright, okay? So we can make up words. I think more people need to make up words. Rachel Reeves and Keir Starmer have repeatedly ruled out raising taxes on working people, fueling speculation about how the government would boost tax recipients in other ways, including a potential wealth tax. So look, guys, okay, you know how like Angela Rayner. I'm going to do Angela Rayner. I'll do Angela Rayner. We're not going to raise taxes on working class people. No, we're gonna tax all the millionaires. Angela, all the millionaires have left. Oh, guess we'll have to tax working class people and blame the millionaires. That's what's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Be under no illusion, all right? There's no way that we don't get taxed more. Absolutely no way. And I've said in many, many videos, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah is saying hello, and hello to you, Sarah. Sarah, hello. I hope you're going to be a long-standing contributor to this channel. I really do. I really hope you're going to be a long-standing contributor to this channel. So, guys, listen, I will jump up and get the comments a minute on TikTok, and then I'll jump over to YouTube as well. So. Taxes are coming, guys. Look, and when I talk about these things, you guys can remember last year. Last year, I was sat here, maybe not here, I was doing videos last year, and I said, guys, look, by the time the summer comes, I mean, look at the summer of carnage now, guys. Literally, by the day we have protests now, by the day. And they have done exactly what I said they would do, break down into smaller protests, focusing on focal points, I guess. I guess we can call them focal points. We said that would happen. But let's just rewind things that we were saying last year. We said last year on this channel that by the summer, we would have taxes beyond belief, no hope, no prospects, more people competing for less jobs. That's what's here now, guys. Tell me I'm wrong, please. If somebody can put some statistics in the chat and say, oh, actually, Sean, we actually have a growing jobs market. We actually have more prosperity in this country. We actually have less taxes. If anybody can say that, please put it in the comment and tell me where you're getting that information from. Give me a second, guys. Hang on, guys. Give me a second. Right. So that's here now, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody can deny that is not here because it is. How do we think people are going to be moving into the winter? That's what we've got to do, guys. Okay, we've got to think about moving into the winter. So think about how bad things are now, and then just consider moving into the winter. Energy prices are going to go up. Gas prices are going to go up. Less jobs, more unemployment. It doesn't look good, does it? We are moving into the winter of doom, guys. We are going to be moving into the winter of doom. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm predicting this Friday we're going to see Ukraine in the news again. So taxes are coming, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way around it. Right, I'm just going to jump up and get these comments, guys. I'm going to jump up. Thank you for the guys who are gifting. I appreciate that. Am I allowed to say that now with the new TikTok algorithm? I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say thank you for you guys gifting. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, guys. I know the TikTok algorithm it's like, I can't even say what it's like because I'll get the live banned. Right, let me jump up, guys. I'm just scrolling up to get I'll get the comments now on TikTok. Give me a second. But we've got a lot to get through, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a lot to get through. UK, Ukraine war, civil war, tinderbox, ready to erupt. It's all coming, ladies and gentlemen. And I do think we're going to see mass movements by Friday. Remember, there's a lot of data points that's pointing towards Friday, and we'll come on to that in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess I've not asked you to do it yet. Can you please do me a real big favor, guys? Can you do me a real big favor? Like, comment, subscribe, share the live, guys, if you can. If you can do nothing else, please share the live. Whatever platform you're on, wherever it is, just share the live, guys, okay? We are triple streaming. We're on YouTube, TikTok, and X. We are simultaneously triple streaming. Right, let me come down. Linda Lou is saying, please, you are back. Oh, Linda Lou, listen, it was emotional. Like I don't know if you guys know or not, but we went camping in the, that Storm Florence or whatever her name is. Like the amount of people that had to abandon their little campsites and stuff, and the amount of tents I saw just strung out everywhere. It's unbelievable. Oh, thank you, Debbie Do, for your subscription. Thank you so much, you guys subscribing. Thank you, Debbie Do. Four Paws is saying, glad to see you're back. Morning, everyone, says Four Paws. Gemini Blessed is saying, morning and welcome back. Morning. Do you know what, guys? It's not just welcome back, is it? It's welcome back from my ban and welcome back from my little expedition in the Lake District and Scotland. Lisu is saying, morning, Sean. Priv Caro is saying, morning, welcome back. Timsky's saying, they always ban me for silly words I put. Well, Timsky, you've just got to learn not to put those silly words, mate. You've got to learn not to put those silly words and how to, skirt around things with the algorithmic success so you can be more successful. It's like, when you're talking online, it's kind of like, like hundreds of years ago, cavemen hunters, they would stalk the prairies and they would have to adjust to the environment. That's pretty much what we have to do now. So we're like online cavemen learning the new dynamics. April Lee saying, morning, Sean, lovely to see you back. It's lovely to hear from you as well, April Lee. Jodie Lee saying, morning, everyone. April Lee saying, I'm a teacher. We had a pay rise and the government took it back in taxes plus more on top. Let me pin that comment. So yeah, this is just like the total gaslighting we're having at the moment in the United Kingdom, guys. Look, guys, I've got a lot to get through. So Chancellor is warned that we need substantial tax rises. This is what's coming, guys. All right, this is what's coming. They're going to raise taxes on ordinary people, and then you're going to see Angela Rayner come out and she's going to say, "Yeah, it were our plan not to raise taxes on working people, but all millionaires left. So we had to tax working people and we had to tax them retard and all because all money had gone and we needed money because we've got all these migrant hotels to pay for. I mean, they're not going to feed them sens, have they? Got to keep them fed 3 meals a day. Angela, we've got old ladies and old pensioners struggling to put food on their table. Yeah, I know we have. But what about all these people coming over on boats? They need the 3 meals a day and all. Take taxes off them old people and give it to them people in old. I'm going to get banned, guys. I'm going to get banned again, aren't I? I'm going to get banned. I need to calm myself down. Raven, calm yourself down. Listen, guys, if the screen goes blank on TikTok, guys, all right, just go over to YouTube, all right? I'm streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on X. If the screen goes blank, that's what's happened. Linda Lou is saying, I heard that pro-Palestines are out at the weekend in their thousands to deliberately overwhelm the police. Yeah, I heard that as well, Linda Lou. So this is what the media are reporting now, guys. The media are reporting that there's going to be pro-Palestine. Look, guys, we said it was going to. We like last week. I said, get ready for this Friday. There are so many data points pointing to this Friday. I'm going to go through them all, at least all that I can remember. I don't make notes, guys. I don't make notes. It's all in here. But yeah, Linda Lou is saying pro-Palestine marchers are out in the weekend in their thousands to overwhelm the police. That word, overwhelm, I've been using that a lot, guys, okay? And I do think this year, well, I've said it. How many times have I said it, guys? I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon now. I've said it, a lot. I've been saying it for over a year. The police this year are going to be overwhelmed. April Lee is saying, I have less money now than when they came in. So there we go. Look, guys, and this is real world. This is real world intelligence here, guys. Okay, this is human in the business. This would be human. So April Lee is saying, I have less money now than when Labour came in. And this is what the problem is, guys. You know, they're telling you one thing and doing another. You know, and I don't know who controls Keir Starmer's... I don't know who controls Keir Starmer's... I don't know who controls Keir... Sorry. I don't know who controls Keir Starmer's Twitter X page. But watch his X page, all right? Watch Keir Starmer's X page. If you want to, like, it seems to me that whoever's controlling his X page is deliberately gaslighting people, just to make people angry. Silence is saying, morning Sean and morning all. April, guys, thank you for sharing the live. I really do appreciate it. And guys, listen, if you're on and you've not done so already, can you hit that follow button, the like, the subscribe, the bell notification? If you're watching on TikTok, I believe the buttons are up here. If you're watching on YouTube, the buttons are down there. And if you're watching on X, honestly, guys, I don't know where those buttons are. I don't know where those buttons are. But we are triple streaming, guys. We're streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on TikTok, and we are streaming on X simultaneously, ladies and gentlemen, simultaneously. Linda on YouTube, guys. I will come to the YouTube comments in a minute. Linda on YouTube has just said, I can't be blocked. No, Linda, I've got your comment up, Linda. You're not blocked. I'm just going to come down. I'm going to come on to the comments in a minute. Daniel is saying he's back. Let's go. Debbie Doobs is saying I've cancelled because you said you weren't going to go live on TikTok. Debbie Doobs, it's a difficult. Yeah, it's a difficult. I don't know whether I should continue going live on TikTok or not. I just keep getting. What do we think, guys? Do you think I should continue with the lives on TikTok, knowing that I will get banned again? Look, guys, I think I was almost, I'm pretty sure I was almost going to get banned earlier, but I had to stop myself. You guys have seen how many times I get banned. It's really important that you guys go and hit the like, comment, subscribe buttons on all the platforms, guys. It really is. You've seen how many times I get banned. Daniel Payne is saying, fair one. Actually, Daniel Payne is saying, don't take advice on Raven on how not to get banned. Yeah, you're totally right, guys. Debbie Dooms is saying, tap the screen, guys. April Lee is saying, 42,000 teachers have left the profession in July. Wow. 3 people I know have gone. Look, guys, the way teaching, AI is going to do teaching. AI is going to do teaching, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming. It's coming. And I don't think people understand this AI revolution that is here. Can you guys remember when ChatGPT was just out and people were asking ChatGPT to write a story? I saw that and I said, right, guys, look, the movie industry is over. The movie industry is over because that is going to progress. That is going to develop into a scenario where we put we put our goggles on and we say, right, AI, do me a movie where I'm the protagonist, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the antagonist. It's a gothic fantasy with aliens. AI will do that, and then it will, and I will be living that in real time, guys. All right. With teaching, like teaching's over, guys. Like if you're, and again, I know April's a teacher, but right now, I don't think so much for primary and junior school, but certainly at university level. Like at university level, like you could put your meta goggles on, and rather than your monotone professor coming out and giving you, an introduction into particle physics, you could literally be watching in real time Albert Einstein giving you that lecture. You could have Nikola Tesla giving you that lecture. So I do think teaching, certainly academics, guys, it's all gone to AI. Right, let me jump down here. Yeah, we've done that. Debbie Doobs is saying, I would leave this country too, to be honest. Look, guys, we are so close right now to leaving the United Kingdom. We are so close. What's your view on Israel taking Gaza? Look, guys, that scenario was always going to happen. It was never not going to happen. Right, I need to be careful, guys, because I don't want to get blocked here. Let me be careful. just look at the tactics they're using, guys. All right, the tactics is that the tactics that they are using. They're moving in there with bulldozers and taking houses down and taking buildings down. That stuff's gone. Like, how can you move back into your house if there's no house? Like, can you imagine trying to move back into your street? Or imagine, like, I don't know, wherever you live. Say you live in Say you live in Epping. Say you live in Epping, for example, and you leave Epping for whatever reason. You leave Epping, and then you decide to come back to Epping, and there is no Epping. It's just concrete and rubble. Where are you going to go? You're certainly not going to go back to Epping. What are you going to do? You're going to claim your house back? What are you going to claim back? Like a load of concrete and rubble? I do think the video that Donald Trump posted, that Donald Trump will set you free, bringing the light for all to see. I mean, that had so much symbolism in it, guys. It really did. April Lee saying, I feel a teacher strike is on its way. Strikes don't do anything anymore. They don't care about little people, says Debbie Doobs. I don't know where I stand with this. I mean, firstly, the doctors' strike. I mean, like, didn't we just give them like I don't know if this, I'm pretty sure that we gave the doctors like a 30% pay rise. Like, was it like at the beginning of this year, the first thing the government did? Now they're going on another strike. It's unbelievable. Debbie Doobs is saying they did remote teaching during the crazy times. April Lee saying, I agree, AI is coming to teaching and it is being tested in London. I think for at university level, certainly it's going to take over really quickly. When you're teaching little kids, they need that social development. So I don't know how much AI is going to be applicable there. Betty Penny saying, good morning, Sean, and good morning to you, Betty Penny. Debbie Doobs is saying, I think taking Gaza is to build a new canal for trade. Yeah, so if we think about the Middle East, guys, there was a trade route planned between it was a land corridor through Saudi Arabia, through Jordan, through Israel to the Mediterranean. Now, what that would have done is that would have just totally cancelled Iran's influence in that region. And I think that's why I think that was a big contributor to what happened, to the attack that happened in Israel. April Lee is saying, UME, I don't know who UME are, but they're offering golden passes for people to move from Europe and the USA. Are we talking about UAE? John has subscribed for the first time. Thank you for your subscription, John. I hope you're going to be, and I hope you're going to be, I hope you're going to be a long-standing contributor to this channel. Okay, so April Lee is just confirming what I said about artificial intelligence, guys. It's been successfully tested for students who are 16 plus. Right, I'm going to jump over to YouTube, guys. I'm going to jump over to YouTube and get the YouTube comments. Monochrome is saying, hey, Sean, I don't know if you've seen it, but there was recently a post went viral by Active Patriot that says he's got sources telling him that Daesh cells are waiting for signals to attack in the United Kingdom. Right, guys, I did see this, and I've got a short video for this. So give me a second on this. Give me a second. I've got a short video on this. I think I had a short video on this. Right, so I've not heard this, guys. This is a video from Robert Jenrick, okay? So this is a video from Robert Jenrick. Now, I'm just putting this out there, guys, okay? So this is a video from Robert Jenrick exposing how ISIS, Daesh, allegedly, I don't know if this is the case, allegedly have cells in the United Kingdom smuggled over in small boats. And of course, these cells, these sleeper cells, they will be ready to strike. Otherwise, what's the point in being a sleeper cell? So I'm going to play this short video now, guys. Give me a second.
The Daily Mail this morning, sorry, the Daily Telegraph this morning, you were basically reprimanded by a top civil servant for daring to tell the British public that certified linked, well, migrants, let's be careful how to describe them, migrants linked to ISIS and Al-Qaeda had crossed the channel into Britain. Do you think you've done something wrong by doing that?
No, absolutely not. Look, I was shocked and angry when I received that letter, but I wasn't backing down. I'm not going to be silenced by Yvette Cooper or her officials at the Home Office. It is absolutely right that the British public know exactly what's happening. And there are terrorists and terrorist sympathisers who are breaking into our country on small boats and on the back of lorries who pose a very serious threat to the British public. The small boats crisis, as I've now been saying for years, is a national security emergency.
So there we have it, guys. It's not me saying it. That's not me now, so I can't get done for that. That's Robert Jenrick saying it, and he's saying there is a clear and present danger now. Clear and present danger about the... Look, guys, let's be clear. Do we think that there are people in these hotels waiting for the thumbs up? I don't know, guys, and I'm not saying that there are. I'm asking a question, all right? I can't get banned for asking a question, can I? Can I get banned for asking a question? Well, the question is this, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The question is this. Do we think that in hotels in the United Kingdom right now, do we think, this is the question, all right, so it's, I'm not accusing, although you guys can pretty much know where I stand on this. Do we think that in hotels in the United Kingdom, there are bad guys waiting for the thumbs up? I don't know. I've got no opinion on this, guys, on the TikTok algorithm, but I will cast my opinion later on when we jump over to YouTube. Right, let me just jump down. Silly Gallardi is saying, hi guys, from Israel, it's not going to happen, it's political. I don't know what that is in response to. Right, so Israel is not going to keep Gaza, it's going to give it to Saudi and Egypt. So, where was it, guys? So this is a question to Silly, if she's still on, online. When Donald Trump came up and he said, we're gonna take Gaza, we're gonna do a real job with it, we're gonna make it the Riviera of the Middle East. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. Like, what did that mean? 28 days. They put a Section 4. Right, guys. Lots of people talking about this. Jamira 111 is saying a lot of people don't realize the leadership of Israel are not of Yahweh. I don't know what that means, guys. I don't know what this means. So a comment, I don't know what that means. Jamara, if you could elaborate a little bit, I'd be happy to give. I'd be happy to give commentary. It doesn't matter if there is. My dragoons are ready for them. I don't know what that means, Jamira. If you could articulate that a little bit more, I'll give commentary. Right, let me jump up, guys. Right, I'm going to jump back to. I'm going to jump back to TikTok. Oh, hang on. And Silly Gallardi is saying Trump says something different every other day. Yeah, he does. Doesn't Donald Trump say something different every day? Look, guys, can you guys remember? So I want to talk about Ukraine briefly, because I do think the Middle East and Ukraine are linked massively, guys. Eastern Europe and the Middle East they're a lot closer than people think. There's a lot of links that ties these two countries, these two conflict zones together. But let me just give you let's just set the tone for a moment. Can you guys remember when I was doing live streams and Donald Trump had just been, he just won the election, and everybody was saying that there was going to be peace all over the world, and I had like the marble wall behind me. I was in the bedroom upstairs, in the marble suite. So can you guys remember when we was on that live stream and I was talking and people were saying, excuse me. And people are saying, oh, Sean, that's it now. Peace, all the wars are going to be over. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. Just from that point, ladies and gentlemen, to where we are now, the amount of human, physical, social, infrastructural collateral has been unbelievable. Lots of stuff transcended into a beam of light, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to read you this headline now from BBC. And this came out today. This came out today, guys, all right? Despite Trump's peace call, Russian attacks on Ukraine have doubled since his inauguration. Now, I heard a statistic a couple of days ago. I don't know how accurate this statistic is, and I don't know where they got their information from. But I heard that I think June, was it June? I think in June, the Russians launched more drone attacks in June of this year than they did in the whole of 2024. You know, and people think this conflict's going away, guys. It's not going away anyway. Look, guys, I'm reading this now off the screen, all right? So anybody gets me done for fake news, you know, is ridiculous. Because it's from the BBC, and obviously it's got to be trustworthy because it's from the BBC. Russia has more than doubled the number of drone and missiles fired to Ukraine since President Donald Trump has returned to the White House in January. A BBC verified analysis has found, despite his calls for a ceasefire, attacks had already been rising under former President Joe Biden. Now, this comes down to manufacturing capacity. And what have I always said, ladies and gentlemen? These conflicts that we're heading into now are going to be conflicts on an industrial scale, and all that's going to matter is in manufacturing capacity. It's not like the conflicts. I'm going to go into a little bit of a conflict management, I guess, international conflict management. So, the conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, they were special forces conflicts, guys. They were special forces conflicts where you could use small teams of, when I mean small teams, I mean like a small team of 100, and that is a small team, guys, trust me. So use small teams of 100, maybe 150 with attachments and detachments. Use small groups, let me say, small task forces, say 100 up to 150, no more really. And then you use that task force, you take out leadership, you arrest and restrict, we'll just say arrest or neutralize headshed leadership, and the rest of the force falls. You can't do that with this conflict in Eastern Europe, guys. You can't do it because there's a front line. There is absolutely no way British, American, Polish, any special forces are going to be doing arrest, I don't know, what's the word I want to look for? Strike operations, HVT, sorry guys, HVT operations, high value target operations behind the front line in Ukraine. It's not going to happen, guys. It ain't going to happen. So that leaves us to the other option. Now, the other option, which it has to be, is an industrial conflict where all that's going to matter is how much stuff we can produce in our factories versus how much stuff the bad guys can produce in their factories. Right now, guys, we are drastically behind on that. We are drastically behind on that. So the attacks have already been rising, but climbed sharply after Trump's election victory in November. Since he returned to office in January, recorded aerial attacks from Moscow have reached their highest levels in the war. Throughout his campaign, and this, look, guys, you know why I go against what the mainstream are saying? When I go against what everybody else is saying, I'm always right. This is just another example, guys. And I don't want to sit here saying I've got the best hair and the best teeth and I can run the fastest, although those things are true. Just look back through my videos, guys. And when I'm saying these things are coming, just protect yourselves and your family. Throughout his campaign, Trump vowed to bring an end to fighting in just one day. How many times did I say this? So when's this article? So it's taken... What are we on now? August. We're on the 8th month. So let's call it, won the election in November. So it's taken the mainstream media 9 months. So it's taken the mainstream, look guys, I'm not making this up. It's taken the mainstream media 9 months. It's taken the mainstream media 9 months to say what I was saying 9 months ago. But when I was saying it 9 months ago, it was fake news. I was getting blocked. I was getting banned. People were laughing at me. Now, 9 months later, the mainstream media are saying what I was saying 9 months ago, and everybody's like, oh, look, oh, yes. And if that is not worth a like, a follow, a subscribe, a bell notification, guys, I don't know what is. Can you share my stuff, ladies and gentlemen? Tap the screen, like, comment, share my stuff, guys. We are triple streaming. We're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, and we are on X. So there we go, guys. So there we go. That is, that is it, guys. He claimed, I've missed where I was on that sentence. I'll read it again. Throughout his campaign, Trump vowed to bring an end to the fighting in just one day if returned to his office. He claimed during his 2024 campaign that Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine could have been averted if he was president. Who the Kremlin if a president that the Kremlin respected held office. So what does that mean, guys? Does that mean, do you think that there is respect, or do you think that, look, let's just dissect this a little bit, what Trump said. I'm reading this off the BBC, guys. I'm reading this off the BBC. Throughout his campaign, Trump vowed to bring an end to fighting in just one day if returned to office. He claimed during his 2024 campaign that Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine could have been averted had a president who the Kremlin respected held office. So now Donald Trump's in office, there's been a doubling of the air attacks into Ukraine. What does that mean? By using Trump's own metrics, what does that mean? Right, let me just jump. I'm going to get these comments, guys, because quite a few comments have jumped up on TikTok. April Lee is saying, what's happening in Ukraine? Right, April, I will come back to what's happening in Ukraine afterwards. I kind of talked about it a little bit then, but look, guys, I do think that by Friday, and look, guys, like last week, I think 2 weeks ago, go back and check my videos, guys. I think 2 weeks ago, I said this weekend coming. So what are we on now? We're on the 6th. It'll be the 7th tomorrow. So on the 8th, the 8th of the 8th, esoteric number. So the 8th of the 8th, I'm predicting that Ukraine is going to be all over the news, guys. I'm predicting that. I predicted it 2 weeks ago. Whether I'm wrong, whether I'm right, doesn't matter, guys, because that's what the data is pointing to. So I will come on to Ukraine, what's happening shortly. John is saying, doctors today don't care about their patients. It's all greed. Do you know what? I absolutely agree. I get it, right? I get it. You've got to earn money. You've got to get paid. You've got to get paid, guys. You have got to get paid. But when it comes to a state where the doctors are just constant, look, guys, these are the optics, all right? My optics of this, there may be stuff going on behind the scenes, but I'm pretty sure that doctors in January got given a 35% pay increase. Look, guys, I don't know. You're going to have to check those figures yourself. I'm pretty sure that the doctors got given a 35% pay rise, and now as I understand it, they want more. Like, I don't know what. Like, look, guys, at this point in the United Kingdom, I think we should just pay everybody £1 million a month. I do. I think we should just pay everybody. I think everybody, regardless of whatever, everybody should be a millionaire in the United Kingdom. Let's just, we're doing it slowly. We're destroying the economy in the United Kingdom slowly. Why don't we just get it over and done with? Debbie Dooms is saying, we will very soon have to pay for seeing a GP. We pay already, don't we, guys? We pay already. Sharon Owen is saying, good morning to you, Sharon Owen. Linda Lou is saying, I heard something terrifying. I can't repeat it. It made me cry. To do with sleeper cells. God help us all. Look, guys, the question here is this. The question for everybody in the chat is, do we believe that we have sleeper cells in the United Kingdom right now? I have, for the TikTok algorithm, I have no opinion on this. And I wouldn't want to set an opinion. So I don't know. It's a question, guys, all right? And when we jump over to YouTube in a minute, I will give you guys what I think is happening. April Lee is saying, I remember what you said. It's all happening. It is, guys. Look, and you just have to see. you just have to see how these things are. Like, you've got to think about these things that are happening now. You know, these little bits of legislation, the little things, the little bits of legislation that get passed, and you think, hang on a minute, why is that getting passed? And then you think, right, okay, that's what it evolves into. Debbie Doobs is saying, my daughter is already lost, so her kids will be lost too. So sad. What does that mean, Debbie? I don't know what that means. Debbie, can you elaborate what that means? Lulz Will is saying hi as well. Debbie Doobs is saying, they wanted to do my, I don't know what these are, guys. I don't know what these are. I was sent home next day, no follow-up. My husband got sepsis. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. I'm just reading the comments here. Debbie Doobs has put a lot, and I'm just trying to work it. Protecting our kids from the agenda. Yeah. Look, guys. Okay. With these sleeper cells, I think I'm okay saying that. There's a lot of people. In fact, you know what, guys? It's not just me saying it now. It's not just me saying it. We have got, what's his name? Where are we? Robert Jenrick coming out now and saying that, do you know what? I'll just play this video again, guys. It's a short video. It's 53 seconds, guys. I'm going to play you this video. It's 53 seconds. If you just bear with it, just bear with this video, guys. It's not 3 seconds. It's 53 seconds. If you just bear with it, it's talking about potential sleeper cells in the United Kingdom. Now, this is Robert Jenrick on GB News. So it's not me saying it, guys. This is Robert Jenrick on GB News.
I was astonished when I read this in the article, the Daily Mail this morning, sorry, the Daily Telegraph this morning. You were basically reprimanded by a top civil servant for daring to tell the British public that certified linked, migrants, let's be careful how to describe them, migrants linked to ISIS and Al-Qaeda had crossed the channel into Britain. So
this is Robert Jenrick now saying that, you've got to be very careful what you say, guys. You've got to be very careful. I don't want to get the live ban, so I'm just going to reword. I'm just going to let him say it there, guys. I'm going to let him say it rather than me.
Top civil servant for daring to tell the British public that certified linked, migrants, let's be careful how to describe them, migrants linked to ISIS and Al-Qaeda had crossed the channel into Britain. Do you think you've done something wrong, Roger?
So Robert Jenrick's been told off for saying what he just said there about the potential of the certain caliber of people crossing the channel into Dover on the small boats. Now,
no, absolutely not. Look, I was shocked and angry when I received that letter, but I wasn't backing down. I'm not going to be silenced by Yvette Cooper or her officials at the Home Office. It is absolutely right that the British public know exactly what's happening, and there are terrorists and terrorist sympathisers who are breaking into our country on small boats and on the back of lorries who pose a very serious threat to the British public. The small boats crisis, as I've now been saying for years, is a national security emergency.
So there we have it, guys. That's Robert Jenrick now, and he's saying, look, guys, I've got to be very careful here what I've been saying. Like, we've all seen the footage. We all know what's happening, guys. We all know what's happening. It's only going to take the thumbs up or a little spark for something to happen. And all these people, and here's the problem, guys, all right? Here's the problem. So I'm trying to think of a good example. So the problem's going to be people are still going to be followed. So when this happens, you're going to have people with a crisis, we'll just call it crisis. When the crisis happens, you're going to have masses of people expecting and thinking that the police are going to come and help them. So there's going to be masses of people still thinking that, like, the police are going to come and help, are going to be able to come and help. But we just understand that this weekend there's going to be thousands of protests this weekend. And the aim of the protests this weekend is going to be to overwhelm the police. So can you imagine if the police are overwhelmed dealing with protests and then there's an attack? You know what I'm talking about? You know that type of attack that people do? And then there's an attack. There isn't enough police officers, guys, right? There isn't enough police officers. Then if people take things into their own hands, they're going to be prosecuted. So what are we supposed to do, guys? Like, it's like what are we supposed to do? Like, you imagine the scenario, right? Imagine the scenario, right? So imagine this, guys, right? Imagine this scenario, right? The bottom of your street, just go with me, guys, go with me. The bottom of your street, all right? There's 4 pickup trucks with men waving black flags, all right? Go with it, guys, go with it. They're going house to house. Bad things are happening down there, right? Just scenario, wild scenario, guys. I've seen this happen. They're going house to house. You phone the police up. If you get through on a 999 call, the police say, oh, well, yeah, well, we'll be there in a couple of hours. Oh, so what am I supposed to do? Oh, just lock your doors and windows. That's what they'll tell you. That's what they'll tell you. And unfortunately, guys, here in the West, here in the United Kingdom, we are so weak. Victory has defeated us, guys. It really has. Victory's defeated us. So here in the West, we are so weak that I think a lot of people, Jules, thank you for subscribing, Jules. Thank you so much, Jules, for subscribing. 3-month subscriber. I hope you continue to be a great contributor to this channel. So look, guys, and I've seen this myself. I've seen this. I know that this happens. I've seen this in Iraq. I've seen this in Jalalabad in Afghanistan. I've seen, which I was pretty scared there. You know, going house to house, and they're getting closer and closer to your house. You're hearing the things that are happening further down the house, down the street, and you're seeing them come closer and closer up. Like, what are you going to do? If you go out there and you're proactive, you hurt someone, you're going to jail. You're going to be done for, potentially a racially motivated attack. That's where we are. And then you're going to be in trial. So, like, what are you going to do? You're going to run? Where are you going to run to? I don't know, guys. Like, and I know. And I know this is, and I know this sounds like, and I know what I'm talking about there sounds so far-fetched and people think it won't happen. But but how many times have I said this, guys? How many times have I said this? What I'm going to say now. Everything's okay until it's not. And like, riddle me this, riddle me that. When prison's the only deterrence that these criminals have, what kind of a deterrence is that at all, guys, okay? And that's where you need your bug out plan, okay, guys? That's where you need your, I forgot what it is, hibernate, relocate, evacuate, guys, all right? Because that thing is going to be very, very important, guys, all right? Just imagine that scenario. Just try and visualize that, because that's kind of where we are at the moment. That is kind of where we are at the moment, but we just can't see how close to our own house this is coming. Look, before Epping erupted, who thought Epping was going to be the epicenter? Nobody did. And somewhere, some point this summer, guys, there's going to be an incident, and I've said this so many times, at one of these hotels where kids go around, because I've been seeing the footage of these, some of these so-called protests at these hotels. They're just kids. And at some point, if the police can't get to one of those hotels, guys, people are going to rush out, and those people in those hotels are going to take their own security as their own responsibility. And that's when you're going to see things. It's just going to be the summer of carnage, guys. Right. Let me jump and get these comments on. Right, guys, we've still got loads to get through. I'm probably not going to be able to get through everything today, guys. April Lee is saying, I believe with Robert Jenrick, we can all see that happening. It's not a shock. Yeah, so we're talking there about the Robert Jenrick talking about the the introduction of people coming into the United Kingdom who have links to bad people overseas. Look, guys, I'll talk about this more when we flick over to YouTube in a minute, in 8 minutes. April Lee is saying, bring the army, Sean, for the weekend. Look, even with the military, even with a full deployment of the military on the streets, that's we don't have the numbers, guys. We don't have the cards. We don't have the cards. And we have got such a left-leaning political system right now. They would not allow what we need to do. Whatever, they would not allow what's necessary to happen. April is saying, I have nowhere to relocate. Oh, I think we all have somewhere to relocate. April, just get in the car and go somewhere. Right, I'm just going to jump over and get some of these comments on YouTube, guys. I'm just going to jump over now. Right, Jamira is saying the last 4 presidents of Israel are not even from Israel. 3 before Ben were from Ukraine, and Ben is from Poland. Running Bear is saying the deal of art and war is the playback Ukraine is using. Running Bear, can you give more context to that? Oh, Hannah Wellsman is saying thoughts on Bluebeam. Look, guys, I want to save talking about aliens and this 3I Atlas that's on its way. So Project Bluebeam, for those guys who don't know, is a proposed scheme by the world government to say that there's an alien invasion coming and we have to unite under one world government to protect ourselves from aliens. Now, I don't know whether it's real or whether there is something coming, but there's certainly something strange in the night sky at the moment. There's a lot of things heading towards Earth. This asteroid, or whatever it's called, that's coming towards Earth, that is due to be here in, I don't know where, I think Halloween, basically, the Halloween asteroid. The Halloween asteroid, it's either right at the beginning of November or right at the end of October. So I'm going to call it, for the purposes of this explanation, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call this the Halloween asteroid. And isn't it interesting how ancient people said that Halloween time is where the veil between worlds is most thinnest. So yeah, Operation Bluebeam or Project Bluebeam. I'm not writing it off the cards, guys. I'm not writing anything off the cards, but I want to save talking about that for tonight's live stream when I'm on at 8. Running Bear is saying 100%. Yeah, I think we're talking there about the. I think we're talking there about the the people in hotels. And then Jamera is saying that's why they took your right to bear arms. Yeah, look, guys, I do think here in the United Kingdom, we have no way of defending ourselves legally. We have all we can do in the United Kingdom is all we can do in the UK is phone the police and wait for them. Like, can you imagine the absurdity of this? Yeah, hello. Yeah, there's people in white Toyota Hilux pickups. You guys know what I'm talking about. They're waving these black flags and they're going into people's houses, and I can hear lots of screaming, and they're methodically working up my street. What can I do? Oh, close your doors and windows, and we'll send the police around there. How long will they be? Oh, there's a lot of protests this weekend, so they're going to be a couple of hours. Yeah, they're going to be at my house within like 20, 30 minutes. Oh, lock your doors and windows. Oh, okay. And you just sit there waiting? Because anything else you do in the United Kingdom is illegal. M5 is saying, must be difficult to be an intelligence sharing partner of the UK and knowing it could be compromised due to the UK failings. I can see isolation coming and specific. Yeah. So M5 here, yeah. Right now, guys, the United Kingdom internationally are a laughingstock. They are. Am I still on TikTok? Yeah, I'm still on TikTok. So the United Kingdom right now, guys. Okay, so the United Kingdom right now with the Afghanistan information leak with look, guys, the duty international joke right now is the United Kingdom. Silly Gallardi is saying, if your prime minister wouldn't free Palestine in September, maybe he could get the Mossad to help with the sleeper cells. Send some beepers, for example. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, like the absurdity. I mean, Silly Gallardi's hit a few things here, and I'm going to kind of flip what she's saying. So we have got a situation in the United Kingdom where I believe the United Kingdom are, where the government know. This is me speculating, guys. This is nothing more than my speculation now. So I believe that the government in the United Kingdom know, like Robert Jenrick's saying here, see how slopey shoulders that we have these cells in the United Kingdom. And part of the government's call to recognize Palestine in September, it's to appease to that demographic and say, oh, please don't attack us. Please don't attack us. We'll do what you say. Unfortunately, guys, I've dealt with these type of people. You can't negotiate with these type of people, guys. They will always want more. So I need to be careful what I'm saying, guys, on the TikTok. I really do need to be careful what I'm saying on the TikTok. But I will jump over to YouTube in a minute, guys. I will jump over to the YouTube in a minute. Jamera is saying, do you see the connection now with Ukraine and Israel? Hang on a minute, guys. Oh, I'm binned again. I'm binned. Am I still on, guys? Am I still on? Guys, am I still on TikTok? Violation warning. Your life is flagged for hate and hateful behaviors. Am I still on TikTok? Guys, I've just got... Right, guys. Guys, I'm going to flip over to YouTube, guys. I'm going to go over to YouTube. I'm going to close this down now on... if I'm still on, I've just got a violation warning. Your live is flagged for hate speech and hateful bit. I'm going over, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to have to reevaluate this. I'm going to have to reevaluate this, guys, okay? And a restriction, right? Okay. Guys, look, I was only on once and I'm off. What did I say? They don't even tell you what I've said. I thought I was being very good, guys. I thought I was being very good. Look, guys, I am going to still continue to live stream on, TikTok, guys, all right? I'm just going to have to figure it out because I don't even know what I was saying there, but I've been done. Guys. Right, guys, listen, I'm going to close this down on TikTok. I'm going to jump over to YouTube. If you guys can go join me there, guys, I need to figure out how to do this because I know you guys are subscribing on TikTok, and I appreciate that. I don't want to let you guys down. So I am going to jump over, guys. I'm going to close this down now on... TikTok because I'm getting done. I don't know. What do you want me to talk about? Do I just need to do silly dances on TikTok? I'll just do silly dance. I'll do raven dances on TikTok, like for the next hour, and maybe I won't get banned. Right, guys, listen. You guys have been fantastic on TikTok. I'm sorry I keep getting banned. I've just had 2 restriction notifications, so I'm going to jump over to YouTube, guys, now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all those things, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going over now. I'll see you in a bit. Honestly, my first live stream after a ban, and oh God, I don't even know. Honestly, guys, I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do on that one. I genuinely don't know what to do on that. I really don't. Right, but Jamira, it was me who said the connections between Eastern Europe and what's happening in the Middle East. Right, let me jump down, guys. I'm jumping down. Just absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely. I'm a star. We're fed up with TikTok. Do you have mods? I'm gonna start. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what you guys are saying in the chat on TikTok. It's what I'm saying. It's what I'm being flagged for, guys. It's what I'm being flagged for. Right. Let's just give it a second, guys, while we. Oh, hang on. Give me a second, guys. I've just got something on the group chat. Give me a second. Right. Anyway, let me jump up, guys. So, Sharon is saying, Sean, don't worry about the subscriptions, just bin TikTok off. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like the cyberpunk screen it gives me. Yeah, I think I might, guys. I think I might just totally bin the TikTok off, guys. I think I might just totally bin the TikTok off, guys. It's an absolute pain. It's an absolute pain. And when you like, I was really trying there, guys. I was trying really hard. I was trying really hard not to get that live stream banned, but there we go, guys. I got banned. Right. So I'm going to talk briefly about these. I'm going to talk briefly about these. Where are we? Is it that one? Yeah. What Robert Jenrick was saying about sleeper cells in the United Kingdom. In fact, guys, if you're on, can you do me a real big favor? You guys know how much I get banned. Can you like, comment, subscribe, bell notifications on YouTube? You guys have seen how many times I get banned. I'm banned. I am banned more. I mean, I don't know how many times I get banned. I think I'm just going to bin that. I don't know how I'm going to manage this, guys. I don't know how I'm going to manage this. I need to have a think about it. But anyway, look. Situation update. Government ministers now in the United Kingdom talking about sleeper cells being in the United Kingdom. I would say, look, guys, and anybody with half a brain cell would understand. Anybody with half a brain cell would say that there is a vast risk of this. Now, it's very difficult to let me just throw this out there, right? So, in places in the Middle East, you know, this is going to be a little bit distasteful, guys. All right, it's going to be a little bit distasteful, but. Places in the Middle East, they still do stoning, all right? They still do stoning. So, with that stoning, for those of you guys who don't know what a stoning is, a woman is buried up to here and people throw stones at her until she transcends to a beam of light. And that's totally legal. That's totally legal. And kids go to these things, all right? Kids go to these things. So, you can imagine if you're, I don't know, you go to your, just try and visualize this. A little boy goes to one of those things and he thinks that's normal. He's like, yeah, that's normal. That's what we do. That's how we roll. You know, it might have been, you know, and he's done that. So he's done that. For me, I could not do that. But that's part of that culture. You know, and look, guys, I'm all for cultures, guys, but just over there. So here we have now the scenario where you could have a person who's been involved in multiple of those things. In the United Kingdom, that would be called, there'd be a word for that, and backwards it spells red rum. So that happens in places in the Middle East. These guys are now growing up. These are men now. They're getting on boats and they're coming to the United Kingdom. We don't know who they are. And that's, again, look, and I believe some of those, at least, are now in hotels in the United Kingdom. I believe that. So then we talk about sleeper. Oh, thank you, guys. Julie Aiken has become a member. April Lee has sent a little gift as well. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hang on. What do I click this? Yeah, thank you, April Lee and Julie Ankin. Right, I think I'm going to have to sort my membership out on YouTube, guys. I'll just ask people to go rather than we'll just try and migrate as however applicable we can do that. So just consider that for a moment, guys. All right. Do you know what? Let me just Google. I'll just Google this, and we'll ask AI. Right. So I'm reading this, guys, from Wikipedia. Stoning. Look, guys, I'm reading this from Wikipedia. All right. So this is openly available to anyone on Wikipedia, all right? So I'm not saying anything, and this shouldn't be, I'm not on TikTok, so let's consider, hear me out, guys. Stoning or lapidation is a method of capital punishment where a group throws stones at a person until the subject dies from blunt trauma. It has been attested as a form of punishment for grave misdeeds since ancient times. So that's stoning, guys, okay? In recent times, stoning has been a legal customary punishment in Iran, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Mauritania, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Yemen, Nigeria, Afghanistan, Brunei, tribal parts of Pakistan, including the northwest Karam Valley. So let me just read those places again, guys, all right? Iran, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Mauritania, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Yemen, Nigeria, Afghanistan, basically, the people that are fleeing those countries, I don't know, guys, you make those assumptions yourselves. So now we have a situation, guys, where it's totally what I've just said. Just listen to that, guys. I've seen these things, all right? Stoning is a method of capital punishment where a group throws and these, it's not that they don't just throw little things like this, guys. You know, I remember seeing one guy and he had a big paving slab in his hands. And I was thinking to myself, what's going through that guy's head? I couldn't do that. No way, Bob. Not for Raven. I couldn't do that. It's brutal, guys. It's brutal. Where a group throws stones at a person until the subject dies from blunt trauma. So this still happens, guys. Okay, this still happens in many places in the Middle East. Many places in the Middle East and Africa. Can we say Africa? Yeah, Nigeria, northern Nigeria. So you can go to one of these things as a kid. You can go to one of these things as a kid. So say you go to your first with your, this is how absurd it is, guys. This is how absurd it is. You go to the first with your dad when you're 10. Come on, I don't know, whatever his name is. Let's call him Jonathan. Let's just say his name's Jonathan. Come on, Jonathan, let's go to the first stoning. Go on, Jonathan, throw those stones at that note. You see where I'm going with this? First at 10, you know, he goes to another one when he's 12, another one when he's 15, then when he's 16, he goes on his own. How many of those things has little Jonathan been to? And then little Jonathan's like, do you know what? He's looking on his phone, Jonathan's looking on his phone now and he's thinking, do you know what? I want to go and stay in one of these hotels. Yeah, I'm going to go over. How do you think Jonathan's going to react to women? Western women. How do you think Jonathan's going to react to Western women? Do you think he's going to treat Western women with equality and fairness? Do you think he's going to come over and have a diverse opinion? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyway, look, guys, we're going to leave that there a minute. Right, guys, quite a lot of comments jumping up. Right, let me jump down and get all these ones. Silicoladi is saying no one cares about human rights in the Middle East unless Israel is involved, and no Jews, no news. Yeah, like this stoning thing for me, guys, there's so many things that go on in the Middle East that like I've seen, that I've seen. For me, the easiest one, and the stoning, it's the easiest one to communicate, because unless you've lived there, you kind of don't understand like how bad things are. But yeah, it's crackers. Right, let me jump down, guys. Coastal and countryside drones are saying, show a bit of cleavage, they don't seem to get banned. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, I think I am just going to live stream now on YouTube. I don't get, I don't get Swizzle nowhere near as much. I will have to sort out how to do subscriptions on here, and we'll have to do like, I don't know, we'll have to figure out like a subscribers only chat or something. So, I don't know if you guys know this as well. Switching back to the United Kingdom, again, it's one of the things I've talked about previously. So you know how they're coming for everything now, and it's like in the UK it's literally gaslighting. Literally every time like the government make a speech, all I see is gaslighting. So Angela Rayner now is calling. In fact, let me just read you this out. Let me just read you this now. So they're selling off allotments. Ladies and gentlemen, I did a couple of videos of it last year, and I said, I think the allotments are going to start to get sold off. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, an allotment in the United Kingdom, or I don't know if this is international, but certainly in the United Kingdom, an allotment, it's a piece of land that it comes from after the Second World War, or maybe in the Second World War. I don't know. Maybe even before that, but I know they were really relevant in the Second World War. An allotment is a piece of land owned by the local government, and that local government leases that out at I don't know, like £2 a week. I don't know, like £10 a week or something really low, and you can grow food on there. Now, we've seen this drive towards building more houses. Who are we going to put in those houses, guys? But now it turned out that Angela Rayner, I'll just read it, you guys, okay? And again, the other day I was agreeing with Diane Abbott. Now I'm agreeing with Jeremy Corbyn, pictured with a Corvette. Corbyn attacks Rayner for selling off allotments. Now, this doesn't sound like much, ladies and gentlemen, but trust me, we're gonna have less food and more people put into and those allotment areas. They're gonna have houses on them, guys. They're gonna have houses of multiple occupancy. Jeremy Corbyn has attacked his former Labour colleague Angela Rayner for signing off on the sale of land at 8 allotment sites since the general elections. Allotments are small rented plots of land where residents can grow their own fruit and vegetables and are protected from development or sale under the Allotment Act 1925, except with ministerial sign-off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming, they're all going. A government spokesperson said strict criteria were in place for allotment sales. Yeah, do you know what I reckon those strict criteria were? We want to build houses. Get them sold. It's interesting, isn't it? How the government can pick and cherry pick, how the government in the UK can cherry pick what laws and legislation they adhere to. But when it comes to stopping the boats, we have to adhere to that legislation. We have to take it's just insane. It's insane. Writing in the Telegraph, keen allotmenteer Corbyn, maybe I'm Team Corbyn, I don't know, extolled the joy of digging ground for potatoes and warned that sales made the future of those precious spaces even more perilous. And he's right, guys. Look, they're coming to take away the ability for us to grow our own food, and they're just building houses on them. It's like win-win for the government. They can build houses on them, and they can stop you from growing food. So it's literally win-win for the government. Jeremiah is saying he had to send. Oh, hang on. I think he's responding to. Hang on. Right, okay, so Silly Gallardi and Jeremiah are having a conversation here, I believe, and keep it, guys, guys, if you're going to have a conversation, I know these things can get heated, please keep it intellectual and keep it classy. I don't know enough about what you guys are talking about to be able to give commentary, guys. I really don't. I don't know enough about the history of the history of this thing. Oh, but I do know a lot about aliens, right? Jeremiah is saying the aliens you know of are here for me. So, right, there's some crazy stuff happening. April Lee is saying £35 wow, okay. So April Lee is saying it's £35 a year for an allotment in Nottingham. So you can imagine there, I didn't realise it was this low, guys. So you can imagine now the government, a local council are thinking, right, this was what they're thinking. They're thinking, right, okay, so we can either get £35 a year for this allotment, or we can build houses on it and get, a couple hundred. I don't know how much you'd get. Obviously, it's because they're gonna vary. Or we can get like a couple of maybe £300, £400, £500, £600, £700 a month. Of course, the local council are going to sell them, but that brings down people's ability to grow food. Phip is saying the Jews that pre-warned thousands of Jews not to go to work on the World Trade Center in 9/11 are the same Jews that planned October the 7th. Guys, there's lots of stuff happening in the chat. I don't know enough about this to talk about it. I'm just going to leave you guys to it. Right. I'm going to talk about this briefly, guys. There's a short video here. I've not heard it, but it's Donald Trump talking about the drones.
So just drones. We had the issue in New Jersey before the election where there are all these people thought UFO.
Sorry, guys, it wouldn't pause. Give me a second. Right, so we're going to talk quickly about the UAPs and the drones that were seen over New Jersey at the back end of last year. What I said after about a minute of watching this was, no, they're not aliens. And look, guys, believe me, I wanted this to be aliens more than anyone. I said, it's not aliens. I said, it's US military. And like I've said this so many times, guys, it's not aliens. It's US military or a contractor, subcontracted by a subcontractor, by a subcontractor, by a shell corporation or something. And they are testing their UAVs that they can access and egress from the sea using Northrop Grumman's Sea Manta drone, or Manta Ray drone, sorry. And they're testing their communications, uplink and downlink, with Starlink communication satellites. That's what I said. After about a minute, literally the day these drones happened, that's what I said. Go back through my videos. I did a video on YouTube. I did quite a long video on YouTube, and nobody seemed to care. Everybody wanted it to be aliens. Now, this is an article, an interview with Donald Trump, and I'll just play it.
About drones, we had the issue in New Jersey before the election where there are all these people thought UFOs or an attack of the killer drones. And I believe you were doing something about.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know I can't tell you who it was and what it was, but yeah. I can't really tell you. I'd love to tell you actually, but it's not a big deal.
It's not something frightening.
No, but I just, so obviously it's something that I know about, and it's not a problem at all.
It was legal.
Oh yeah.
So there we have it, guys. And people, like, it was amazing to watch. It to use that as a case study in media manipulation and how certain things were bumped up in the algorithm. Like, I did a video on this, like explaining everything on like what the actual drones were. I sourced Northrop Grumman's own website. I sourced communications, uplink and downlink speeds. I sourced sensor, open source. All this was open source. I did a video on it. I presented it. got very little traction on that video. But then people who were saying it were aliens or baby Jesus or all sorts of crazy things, they were getting thousands and thousands of views. I was thinking, wow, it's quite clear that certain narratives were being pushed and certain narratives were being subdued. And this happens all the time, guys, with when especially when you're on this online space, a lot of things get pushed and stopped. Right, guys, there's lots of people going crackers on the chat up here, guys. I don't know what we're talking about here. We're talking about like Noonan and beloved ones and Egypt. I don't know where this is all going, ladies and gentlemen. I do know one thing. I know with 100% certainty, well, nothing's 100% certain, is it? I know that I'm going to be back tonight on a live stream. I think I'm just going to be on YouTube, guys. I think I'm just going to be on YouTube and X. I think I'll save TikTok for doing like videos of cats and stuff and like sales videos. I don't know what I'm going to do with TikTok, guys. I really don't. I like, even when I'm trying my best, I get flagged. Even when I'm trying my best, I'm not allowed to say things. So I can either go with it. I can either go with TikTok and just keep going and keep getting banned and then just let it go. Or we can keep it and just be very sensitive of what we post. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. But I do know I'll be back at some point today. I will either be back triple streaming or be double streaming. I don't know what the answer is, guys. But you guys have seen how much I get restricted. You guys have seen how much I get my videos taken down. We will be talking more about this asteroid that is heading towards Earth. What's it called? 3I Atlas, third interstellar object discovered by Atlas. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about things that may or may not be here around about Halloween time. Remember, guys, it's not that far away. The summer of carnage is in full swing. I'll say it again because do you know what? I'm confident in what I'm saying. I'm saying that this Friday, the 8th, I believe there's going to be an uptick this Friday. We're due something, and I believe it's going to happen this Friday. I believe it's going to be the media focus is going to head back to Ukraine. I said I was going to give you all the data points for that. I'll do that later. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will speak to you guys later. Thanks for you guys who subscribed and thanks for you guys who sent gifts. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you later at 8 or thereabouts.